Hi and welcome to Geeks for Geeks. Can I have a quick +1 in the chat if I'm visible as well as equally audible? Then we would start right away. Yeah. Hi and welcome to Geeks for Geeks. Can I have a quick +1 in the chat? Hi and Sorry for the dual audio. It is because I'm playing in my phone. Let me keep my phone. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good to go. So we would start. So we would be doing yesterday's problem. Okay. Longest consecutive. Okay. Longest consecutive one. And the name of the problem is longest consecutive subsequence. Okay. And the problem level is medium with an accuracy of 49%. And what is the question telling us? Okay. The question is telling us that we are given an array of positive integers. Okay. Positive integers. Find the length of the longest subsequence that elements in the subsequence are consecutive integers. Okay, there are three terms here. First one is positive and negative and zero. Okay, so positive negative is already known, I suppose, and this one, the subsequence, is important. Okay, if you know the subsequence, then solving this problem is quite easy. Okay, what I want to tell you is, suppose this is an array with an elements of 1, 2, 3, and 4. The subsequence can be 1, 2, 3, 4. I won't be putting the commas itself, okay? And the next subsequence can be 1, 3, and then the next subsequence can be 2, 4, okay? And 2, 3, 4, okay? It means that elements need not to be contiguous, first thing. And the next thing is that the order should be same itself. Okay, this 3 1 is not a subsequence. Okay, but these 1 3 is a subsequence. Okay. Okay, good to go. So we would move forward. This is what is known as subsequence. And the next thing is known as consecutive integers. Consecutive integers means the elements that come after it, okay, like 1, 2, 3. This is known as consecutive integers. And 1, 2, and 4. The consecutive part here is broken. 3 is not there. That means that this is not consecutive itself. Okay, good to go. Okay, this is what it is saying. And the next thing that is told is consecutive numbers can be in any order. Okay, what I want to tell you is that suppose this is 1 2 3, this is consecutive integers, and if they can be kept in any order and they could be called as consecutive, then what can be the order? Here it can be 3 1 2. According to the question, this is also consecutive order. Okay. According to the question, 213 is also a valid. Through 13 is also a valid consecutive subsequence. Okay. These all terminologies, if you understand it and draw out some test cases, then it would be quite easy. Okay. Then it would be quite easy. This terminologies is the main part. Okay, now we would be moving forward to the first test case itself. Okay, the first test case is telling us that the length of the array is 7, and then we would start from the lowest number. Okay, 1. So what we can do is we can write 1, and then we would search for 2. 2 is also there, and then we would search for 3. 3 is also there. Then we would search for 4. 4 is also there. Then we would search for 5. 5 is also there. Then we would search for 6. 6 is also there. Okay, and now the next part is that 7 is not there. So the maximum value is 6 itself. Okay, and then it is given as 9, but 9 is not consecutive. The length would be 1. The longest would be the 6 itself. That is what it is saying. So if we solve only the given test case only, that is very good afternoon, Abhishek. if we solve only the given test case only, it is quite it is quite clearly visible from the example only that if we search for 1, if we search for 2, if we search for 3, if we search for 4, then we would simply get it. Okay, what do you mean by searching? Okay, searching means big. If we do, there are two kinds of searching. Mainly there are two kind of searching on the basic level: linear search and binary search. Why I am exaggerating so much? Because I want I want you to take home the maximum concepts. Okay, and what is the now when we would searching would strike us after searching. Now I would write the step. The first step that would strike us is searching. Okay, searching itself. After that, there are two kind of searching. First is linear, second is binary. Good to go. Linear means for every element we would encounter a cost of big O of n. Okay, and for binary search we would encounter a cost of big O of log n for each element. Okay, this is the point. This is what I am telling you, the thought process which I encountered, and this is how you should also think to get to the right point. Okay, to get to the right approach. So this is getting us big O of n. Okay, so if we start from 1 and then again search 2, then again search 3, then we would apparently search all the elements. Okay, so it would be big O of approximately big O of n square. Okay, now big O of n square. Okay, now why big O of n square won't work? Because it is given that n's upper band value is still 10 to the power 5. So 10 to the power 5 into 10 to the power 5 would be 10 to the power 10, which is greater than 10 to the power 8. Why I told 10 to the power 8? Because in 1 second we can perform 10 to the power 8 operations. It is the thumb rule. So 10 to the power 10 is absolutely greater than 10 to the power 8. So it would give us a TLE. So this is quite clear that this won't work. The next thing is that binary search. So 10 to the power 5, let me clear the screen. 10 to the power 5 into log 10 to the power 5 will be less than 10 to the power 8. So this would pass itself. Okay. So what is the time complexity of this program? The time complexity of this program is, first, to do a binary search, we need to first sort the element. So sorting would require n log n. Searching would require log n. So that would be n log n itself. The time complexity would be n log n. And this is how you can do it. You can start from 1, you can search it, and that is how you can solve it. But now it has struck the point that we need to do a sorting won't disrupt our answer. Instead, it would help us only. Okay, so when we would sort, now let's try to at first sort the values. Okay, now first let us try to sort the values. This one would come first, then we would strike out, then this 2 would come, 2 has come, 3 has come, then we would strike out, 4 has come, we would strike out, then 5 has come, we would strike out, then 6 has come, we would strike out, then after that nothing is there, then 9 itself. So what we can do is, we can simply start from front and then we can go till we are encountering a consecutive element, until we are getting a consecutive element. Suppose this is the first point and this is the last point. So what is the value? Suppose the index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So the value would be 5 minus 0 plus 1. The answer would be 6. So till now our longest subsequence is 6. Now it might be the case that after 9 also there might be elements present. So 9, 10, 11, 12 itself. Good to go. So this would be 6, 7, 8 and 9. So again, when this is disrupted, this pointer, we would destroy this pointer and keep this pointer at this point. And then we would go and we would again stop at this point. Okay. Now 12 minus 9 plus 1. the answer would be 4. So 4 is less than 6, so our answer would be 6. So it is quite evident from the values itself that we can, if we can sort the values, if we can sort the values and move from we can move till we are getting a valid answer, and when we get an invalid answer, we would update our answer. We would update our answer. We would update our answer. If it is greater than the answer that is already present, then it would update it. If it is less, then we would keep it unchanged. Good to go. So now there one more problem exists. It is given in the question that it is not told that the array would consist of distinct elements. Okay, the array would consist of distinct elements. It is not given. We are given an array of positive integers. So it might be the case the array might consist a duplicate element. So how duplicate element would affect us, I would show you. So now this is the point. First you thought of brute force, then you tried to optimize it. While in the process of optimizing, you came across a point where you would be able to solve it. Now we are just searching for the edge cases. Now we are just searching for the edge cases. Now what can be done is, suppose it might be the case after the sorting the value becomes 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4 and then 5. So we are getting a valid answer till this point, and the answer would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 6 minus 0 plus 1 would be 7, but 7 is not our answer, 5 is our answer. So okay, so that's why we need to remove the duplicate. We need to remove the duplicate. If we remove the duplicate, we would get our answer. And now this sorting process would require n log n. Okay, sorting process would require n log n. So we would encounter a time complexity of again n log n. Good to go. Now, till now we have completed a solution of big O of n log n. If you pitch this in the interview, first you need to pitch that linear word, then that is big of n square, then he would tell you to optimize upon it, and then you would be optimizing and telling him the sort one. After that what you would be doing is, suppose the interviewer tells you to optimize more on this. Okay, now I would try to copy this example. Okay, I would try to give this example. Now, sir, 9. What 9? Can you tell me what 9 itself? What 9? Okay, there are 10 watching at the moment. Can I have a please 10 likes, please, if possible? So now after sorting, let us try to analyze this array itself. Okay, the array would be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 9 itself. Now let's try to analyze this. So we can see that 0 is not present. Good to go. And 7 is not present. Okay, 7 is not present, 0 is not present. So what we can do is, now again, what we can do is we can simply take one element 9, suppose this is 9. Then what we can do is we can search for that element -1. We would search that element -1. If that is present, then we would, if that is present, then it is not the starting point. If it is not present, then it is the starting point. What I want to tell you is, I would tell you this. This is quite proper. Observation. Quite an observation that 0 is not present, and after that value is not present. Okay, so the value would be elements in between it. Okay. Now suppose the case is 4, 5, 6 is present in the array, and this is the answer. We are not interested in the other elements which are not in the answer. So now 3 won't be present and 7 won't be present. We know that. Okay. Now let us take few more examples. Suppose the element contains 11, 12 and 13. So it might be the case that 10 won't be present and 14 won't be present. It would be like this now. If this is the answer, then this would be like this. This element, the element -1 and +1 won't exist. So what we can simply do is, we can simply search for all the elements -1. If that is not present, then we would start from that point. And till we reach a point where that element is not present, we would update our answer. What I want to tell you is, suppose we got an 11. We would search if 10 is present or not. If 10 is not present, then it might be the case that 11 is the starting point and we would start moving. Quite proper, quite observation, easy observation, I must say. So we would start from 11 and we would go till till we don't find a match that is not present. We would go till 14 and then just see 14 minus 11 would be 3 and 3 would be our answer. I would give you I would again give you an example. Suppose 12, 18 and 12, 18 and 19 and then 20. Okay, we would search for 11. We know that 11 is not present. We would start searching for 12. Then we would go till, sorry, this would be 17. Sorry, this would be 17. 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, Anuj, what you did is absolutely correct. Okay, but Anuj, just tell me one thing. If you know the answer, then you are just coming here to see what is the better approach to this. Okay, and if you know a better approach, then coming to this video editorial, and telling the answer in the chat, live chat itself, then don't you think that you are ruining my hard work? Don't you think you are ruining my hard work? Don't know what to do. Okay, leave. I can't help it. I think he's. I think he's. He's. It seems that he's getting rewarded. Don't know. Okay, thank you, Anuj, for your generous effort, which is not needed, to be honest. Okay, we would move because there is nothing we can do. Okay, we would start from 17. 17 is there, 18 is there, 19 is there, 20 is there, and then 21 is not there. Then what we would simply do is 21 minus 17. That would be 4. So 4 is our length. Okay, so we would compare the length of every point and we would update our answer accordingly. Good to go. So now can we move to the implementation? Can I have a quick +1 in the chat if we can move to the implementation? The implementation is quite simple, but still, if you have not understood a part of this solution, then just ask me, because seeing the implementation kind of destroys your creativity according to me. It might not be the case, but according to me, it might destroy your creativity. It might destroy your implementation skills and all. So I want to know just you have got the idea or not, because seeing the code would help you in your implementation process, but nothing else. Okay, the main thing is the idea, taking away the idea from this. Okay. Okay, I got a +1 as the view count is comparatively very less. So I would be moving on to the implementation, but others please try to reply. Okay, thank you. Okay. So what I am doing is I kept an array of 10 to the power 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I added +5 to be on the safer side. It is my personal opinion. I just want to be on the safe side. What you can simply do is you can simply take 500 and 1. Instead of this, you can take this, and this would be quite clear, but I always take +5. Okay, to be on the safer side. Okay, now I memset all the things to 0. What is memset? Memset keeps or makes all the element of that value to the desired value, that would be 0 or -1. Why only 0 and -1? That might be an interview question. I was asked this question. So this question is that because memset works byte by byte. Okay, so first we have initialized the length of the longest subsequence as 0. Then we are incrementing the hashing the values. Okay, then we are hashing the values, and then we are searching that if the value of the element -1 is not present, then we are starting a while loop until while loop is not equal to 0, till we are not getting an element plus 1 which is not there, we are keeping an incrementation, and then what we are simply doing is final value minus initial value, and then we are comparing it with the max value. And after all this iteration, the max value would be stored in answer and we are returning it. And what is the time complexity of this? The time complexity is big O of n itself. Okay, so that's all. Can I have a quick plus one in the chat? If this is all clear, then I would be turning this session off. If you have any general doubts or doubts which are not related, even not related to the problem, or if you have a confusion, and if you want some guidance, then you can just ask me. I would try my level best to help you if I can. Okay. So I would be waiting for 1 minute. After that, I would be turning off the session. In the 1 minute session, you can ask your doubts. Okay. Thank you so much, Mohit. Thank you so much, Abhijit. Thank you so much, Tushar. Thank you so much, Anuj, for your generous effort. And thank you so much, Abhishek, for joining this session. Okay. If possible, you all can like the video. Can you explain memset once again? Memset is actually a STL. What it does is it makes the value to a desired value. Okay, so it makes some value to some desired value, and the desired value can only be 0 and minus 1. Why only 0 and minus 1? Because it works byte by byte. Okay, some important concept to crack elite batch. Okay, actually the elite batch is for the graduates. Okay, and I am still an undergraduate. Okay, first thing, so I am not well concerned about the elite batch because I am not eligible for it. The first thing why I won't be able to tell you. The next thing is that I'm not allowed, or it would be a cheating. Why? Because you are seeing my live stream. So it would be doing a partiality that who are joining Siddharth Hazra live stream are getting a tips, are getting concepts which would come, which might come, which would not, which might come. And so the people who are not joining this session, that would be a clear partiality, and I don't want to do that because it would ruin the reputation of Geeks for Geeks. Okay, so I don't think. But some important concept can be some, like, do some 2D dynamic programming, revise your shortest path algorithm, DFS, BFS, and mostly try to do on constructive binary search, two pointer. These are some of the fleshy topics that might come. Okay, it might come, and they have a high chance, to be honest. Why? Because they are quite important from the coding perspective. These all things. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.